regardless of what we go through here in training camp. The only way you get better, the only way you learn about a player is in a true game environment. That was taken away from us.
We got to get a little bit something back that we lost last night now.
And not that it's irreputable, but we're at a disadvantage. I've been in situations where you had a scrimmage planned and it got canceled because of weather. I've been in situations where a game was postponed or where a game was called early. But been caught off altogether, it was interesting.
Marvin had the best line. I've been running a mock game for 10 years, but that's the first mock trip I've ever had. I like that. That was good. Pretty good mock trip, huh? Got a feel for it. We knew what it was. Pre-game routine.
We let the dogs out.
No stone unturned in my efforts to get you guys ready.
There's a certain pacing leading up to that first game. There's a certain crescendo. And everything builds to that point, and then all of a sudden, it disappears. You're not going to play. I think we're seeing now in this week's of practice, guys are a little testy, fuses are a little short because they're anxious. They have some built-up energy that didn't have a chance to release.
Go.
Hey, hold on. Put your helmet up.
For some of us, it was a serious setback. Only get basically 4 opportunities. Really to show what we have in a game type situation. This is what we're here for. I'm not here, to go through camp. I'm here to play football. I want to play against somebody else. I didn't sign up for the NFL just to stay in camp for, 6 weeks or whatever it is.
Well, I think that's an opportunity they lost. You need as many opportunities as you can to make this roster. And when they do get those opportunities, they can't afford to make mistakes. Maybe you could have made a mistake the first game, and then you come back the second game. Now, because you missed that game, you don't get that luxury. You don't have that opportunity to make that mistake.
Boy, we ought to be fresh today. We ought to be fresh today. Did you buff up to that weight, or you just fatting out of shape? Cows are moving, cows are moving. The herd's on the move again. You need to make sure you're doing those things so you can go an extended period of time and not fatigue. Here we go, time to go to work. Getting ready for the Jets, you ought to be anxious. Got our legs back pretty good?
Yeah, they're coming back.
Should be, right? Should be getting these legs back pretty good. All right, keep working, guys. Work through the fatigue. We're a game short. We're a game short. You're gonna have to fight through it. It's tough. Even though we got 80 guys, it's tough getting through a game. Some of us are feeling the effects. I'm not sure that we're totally in shape. Come Saturday, you better be. So as we progress through this practice, if you need something else after practice, if you don't think you can hold up any better than we did, then you better be doing some conditioning on your own. You better be running after practice and getting yourself in physical shape. We're as fresh as we can be, man. We didn't have to play a game. That's as fresh as we can be. That's the big advantage for us going into New York on Saturday.
If you notice, okay, we don't always make Ray, Shannon, Rod, Pete, and those guys run. You notice just about every morning they're over there running. They know what it takes. Got to keep your wind up to be able to play. Now, long drives, team's counting on it. Can't be, I'm tired. We got to get our bodies right.
One thing's apparent to me, we're not in shape. See guys laying on the ground like that, we're going to run. Let's go. Line up. 3, 2, 1, go. Down. 14, 15, 16. Down 7.
That's about 20 seconds. Okay, that's not bad for what we're trying to do. All I want is to win, all right? Here we go.
Down 8. Down 9. Down 10. In.
Personal observation, stand up. If you can't go top end, you got to go at the speed you can go. But you got to get your wind better, because what I'm seeing is just sucking. Okay? So if you need to get on the bike, you need to run some gassers, nice and easy. You know what I mean? Because you want to represent yourself well, right?
His leg's dying on me.
I understand that.
Once it die on me, then I can't go fast.
I understand what a hamstring's like. I've been through that. I've watched guys go through it. I understand that. I don't want you to hurt yourself, but you got to get your wind.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Ryan, you're an athlete. If you're going to be a slug, we're going to change your jersey. Run.
Let me just say this for the record right now before we go anywhere. If it's a mistake mentally, I can handle it. Okay, but if you're going to feel sorry for yourself and you're going to droop around, you're going to nip at people's ankles and stuff like that, I'm telling you right now, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see how you, Kenny, and that's where it showed up. I need a big hat in that meeting because I'm embarrassed what I'm looking at. And so you guys have to make up your mind, because what I saw out there today isn't going to stick with the Ravens. Okay, and I said it right here for the veterans that are here to hear it, because they need to know that anybody that we bring with us this year is one of us. We're not gonna keep somebody that doesn't cut it.
Come on, man, I'm telling you, dog, we're a veteran group on this team. This team ride off 5 backs, offense and defense. Y'all got to know this like y'all don't know nothing else. You got to know it. You got to know this defense.
See him, Kenny? See how they do it? Right there. Take care of your job. We got all these guys. We got 9 other guys over there doing their job. You're going in there, right, Kenny? Don't stop short of it. Keep coming in there. Your job is to stay in front of J.O. Come on, you don't want to be the train that's standing still. Let's be the one that's moving.
Hopefully, they're learning in the classroom. From Marvin first, from Jack second, then from the veterans third.
That's the mic, remember? That's the draw. Draw gonna come back your side, if anything, all right?
You're getting 3 lessons. Something should be clicking by now. We're almost out of camp.
Probably need to work on my wind a little bit. I get winded out there sometimes when I'm out there for a long time. Every play is what you make it. You have to go out there and be full speed ahead and trying to make a play every time you get a chance to make a play, because your chance is going to be slim. I'm being aggressive and I'm hustling to the ball, and I think they like that.
Until he plays a game and can let all this veracity out, this nonstop Tasmanian going someplace fast, not quite sure where, but I'm going there fast mentality, he is also one that the anxiety is probably building up in.
You gotta slow down a little bit in those warm-ups, man. You'll be out of gas before the first quarter even ends. All right. You gotta breathe and slow down and warm-ups a little bit. The idea is to get loose, not to shoot your wad in the pregame. That's good, that's good, that's good, that's good, Kenny. That's good, except you're not watching. Keep your eyes up.
Hook curl, push. Curl flat, Kenny! 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 Kenny, when you're man to man, you just see your man. You don't look at the back. Oh, come on, Kenny. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Stay inside.
Come on, Kenny, stay up, breathe.
I've worked hard to get here, and I definitely know it's worth it. If it's the Lord's will for me to make it, I'm gonna make it, regardless of what anybody says. So I just keep with that thought right there. And if it's the Lord's will for me not to make it, I won't make it.
Boy, if you thought Philadelphia was great, I'm going to New York. You can see the Statue of Liberty and the Empire State Building, and or maybe just hang around the hotel and rest. Maybe that'd be a better idea, huh? If we don't need to be sightseeing, right? Out on our legs during the day.
You're going to learn stuff every day. I mean, it's not like college or high school where you're running a cover 2 or cover 4. I mean, you got blitzes going in every day. It's a mental game as well as a physical game. You just have to stay on top of it on a daily basis.
What we got to do is we got to get in shape, because everyone's going to be driving at you the rest of the year.
Unbelievable. Is he with us or is he cursing us? Tony, what have I told you about relatives? Somebody's medication's not right.
Now here's where it's going to be the rest of the season. You see how they tried to cheat you last night and get you hurt for no reason. Well, we don't go there, do we? Brian says, no, we ain't harming the players for an idiot exhibition game. And we all know that, but we're going to defend because we are a football team that is going to win the Super Bowl again for the second.
You gotta admit, we have a hell of a more fun here than any place you've been. It's something new, isn't it? Goose goes, F Edgar Allan Poe. We want this guy. he's blessing us. You're gonna have to switch gears now. Of all the topics we're gonna talk about, this may be the most serious. That somewhere between now and when the season starts, and as we get through the seasons, somebody on some team are going to have some kind of problem in a male-female relationship. Fran Sepler. Fran is one of the foremost experts in male-female relationships from a legality standpoint. She's sought after around the country. Corporations bring her in to consult them, to analyze sexual harassment suits as to the validity. What she's going to tell you is going to be pretty hard-hitting. It's not going to make sense. It's going to make you mad as hell. But you got to understand the environment that you're in. We have that easy saying I got before the night off, right? I'm always telling you, no means no, maybe means no, and yes means no in the morning. It's that last one that can create the most difficulty for you. There is a predatory market out there.
And this doesn't happen to Joe Blow down the street making 30 grand a year because there's no profit in it. You're in a very select group because you're the only ones that got the money to pay out. So without further ado, I present you with Fran Sepler.
Thank you. I want to start with a story. It involved a player, a professional athlete, who had gotten a phone call, his agent had gotten a phone call from a lawyer saying, we would like $750,000 tomorrow. If we don't get that money in cash from you, my client is going to come forward and bring a lawsuit. We're going to notify the media. And in that lawsuit, she is going to talk about the time that you drugged and raped her. According to this player, his contact with a woman was 3 years ago, and it involved one drink at a bar with other people around. He had 24 hours to make a decision whether he was going to be able to fight this claim or whether he was just going to make the payment and make it go away. He decided he had to pay it. He couldn't live with the consequences of the claim and the public's opinion that it must be true. There are 250,000 rapes in America each year. Under 200 are by college and professional athletes. Those 250,000 men aren't you. They're not earning seven-figure salaries. They're not getting scholarships. They don't have endorsement contracts. They aren't role models. And their posters aren't on my kids' walls. You're visible. People know your name. There is something huge to a woman who's got no self-esteem to say, yeah, I hung out with a pro athlete last night. One of the players, I went back to his place. And for you, it's nothing but trouble. I have met those women, and their whole plan was to try and find somebody who was someone who could make them whole. And then they would do whatever they had to do to hold on or get something out of it. They would get pregnant or say they were pregnant, and they would harass the players who thought that these were casual encounters. And at the bottom line, they would say, I never wanted to have that encounter with you. I never wanted to date you. You made me, you forced me, you raped me. I am telling you that anytime you meet someone and you have sex with them within the same interlude, you're putting yourself at risk because you can't possibly know that person well enough to know if that person really is just the coolest person and into it for the evening or has a whole bunch of ugly, seething stuff under the skull. Be smart. Your public behavior needs to be above reproach. The expectation, again, you have two choices. You're going to be a monster or you're going to be a hero, and you tip the balance by what you say, how you say it, and what you do. The smallest little thing tips the balance the bad way, and there's no excuse.
No one should misconstrue that we're just a bunch of victims here and anybody should feel sorry for us. But by the same token, there are a number of individuals in this room that have gone through issues that we've talked about up in here. If you handle it up front and directly, you can deal with this in the way it should be dealt with, because it does exist out there.
Ooh, God damn. Man, something bit me, dog. It was about this big. Nah, because as soon as it landed on me, it bit me. It was just like...
Obviously, Reggie is constantly having to battle his size.
Down.
There are a lot of guys in this league that have played with his size. What he's beginning to do is get comfortable with the scheme.
Good play, Reggie.
And as they become more comfortable, they become more physically assertive. And so I'm very anxious to see Reggie in a live situation.
That's it, Reggie. That's it. Now we're learning.
Reggie Waddell, I'm really see some lights come on.
Good play, Reggie.
What we're hopeful to see now, him do the physical part of the game. I think he's got a good understanding of what he needs to get done mentally, but he's got to be more physical out there on the field as we start playing against the guys in the other colored helmets. And that's what's going to come Saturday night.
Sometimes I feel he's looking at me more, trying to make sure I understand it.
Don't be too deep, Reggie. Set. Don't widen out of the curl. Don't widen out of the curl, Reggie. Set in the curl.
Yeah, set in the curl.
Like they say, cornerback, you have to have the short memory. Short memory. You know, if you get beat, you don't remember it. It's because the next play, if you're thinking about the last play, you might get beat again. Now you're thinking about 2 plays, and the 3rd play's coming now. So you just can't always think about the last play. You gotta just line up and play again.
Come on, Reggie.
I mean, I'm coming in as a rookie. I mean, we have 2 great corners, 3 really. Right now, I'm trying to learn the defense and just show them if the opportunity ever came up that I can step up.
That's the difference in winning and losing now, is being able to take that one shot you get in a ball game and make it count, see?
Now, these are the plays right here that win football games. Reggie, this is a great read off the quarterback. Excellent job back on the receiver. Good feet. Catch the football. 6 points.
You got to be able to take criticism in this game. You have no choice.
Okay, now what didn't you do there? Reggie, what didn't you do? You used the changeup, he came right on you, and then you didn't get your hands. That's right.
You can't let it get you down. You got to just have to build from it. You know, just understand what they're trying to help you.
Go! Go, 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 push it!
That's better. Okay, now we're talking. Hey, it's a lot different, isn't it, huh?
Sometimes I get out there and I be thinking too much.
Reggie, where are you going? Fire zone! Get over there!
It's a hard position. You know, I mean, the coaches have told me it's a hard position to learn.
I heard 1. Plus open gap, fire zone.
Stay home.
Stay home and fire zone.
You're going with the vets. I mean, they know it. They know it. And, you know, now you're like, okay, here's my chance to prove to them that I can do this. You know, so you just want to prove to them that you can do it. And then also by doing that, you want to earn their trust. Because if they know that you're going to play your position, make your play, not theirs, not someone else's, but make your play, then that's all you need. If you improve every day, you just step up a little bit higher, just keep climbing that ladder, you know, before you know it, you're going to be at the top and you're going to have just a all-around perfect player, you know? I mean, like Rod.
Hey, we've been in here for 2 weeks. Everybody's been in here for 3 mini camps. We need to know what we're doing from now on. All right? We're going to get embarrassed out there. We get out there freaking Saturday in New York. They're going to be legit.
They're going to come fast.
So, getting your playbooks so we can be together and play the way we're supposed to play out here.
Communicate, man.
Everybody. Only person that should have any question is you at safety, because he just started this week. Everybody else should know this. We got to know it. So let's get in the books, man. Any questions, get in the books and ask people.
You know, to me, I felt he might have been talking to the whole group, but I felt that he was, you know, talking to me. That's how I took it. That's criticism. You can't get down on it. You just got to get in your books, like he said. You know, rookie, you know, you might, if you get the knock at your door, you're just going to have to accept it. If I have to knock at the door tomorrow morning, you know, saying bring your playbook, it's something that I just have to accept. Maybe this is what God didn't want me to do. I'm just hoping that I don't get that knock at my door in the morning and just keep on going and doing what I'm doing.
Man, they worked my ass today.
Tony has a bone spur in his knee that's aggravating the soft tissue, as I understand it, but it's a very simple procedure to go in under arthroscopic surgery, clean the bone spur out, make sure there's no loose fragments in there.
This is what I marked, yes, and then no.
And what players are able to do now compared to the old days, when an injury like this could be months because of the tissue they'd have to cut through to get to it. Now with arthroscopic, I've seen players have surgery of this nature on a Monday and play on a Sunday.
They'll probably keep me out, probably I would think, I don't know, 10 days, maybe 14 days. Not like a normal human where they're out for 6 months out of work. Got about 14 days. I got to get ready for the opener, so that's what I'm shooting for right now.
An average person get up 9 to 5 and say, well, I don't feel like going to work today. If you don't feel like going to work here, your job is lost. Only the strong survive.
People just see us on Sundays all dressed up. They don't see this stuff. No, I haven't eaten nothing since 9 o'clock this morning. As you can tell, my waistline is very thin. Hey, do I have to put these leggings on?
I'm not real sure. Don't open it.
Just try it.
Wow, they're tight.
Don't put it on your opposite leg, okay?
I like you, Beth. You're funny. How about a nice IV right now with a little bit, you know? Let's do an IV.
You want to do an IV?
Yeah.
Carolyn?
Your stockings are nice, though, I'll tell you what. I got great veins. Come
what
on.
Size? Now don't play with that.
Yeah, there's stuff in there already.
I know.
So. Ow.
We're gonna clean everything out. Your knee's not perfect inside, we know that. There's a chance we could get all through this. You could be 2 or 3, 4 weeks down the road or later on and still have some soreness here.
No problem.
Give it a whirl and see what we got.
Did you guys get that?
No guarantees.
Here we go. Communication's the key now, man.
20 and 30, 40 and 50 week. They mean something.
Is this 585 or 383? Why is this play called H-angle?
You know, when you're brought up around it, when it becomes a language that you're speaking almost as much as you're speaking English to your wife or kids.
Tiger, tiger, tiger.
It's not something that the average fan can pick up on.
All right, let's go dot left slot, kick right divide.
We're going to try to keep it as simple as we can.
Even if we get to a given week where the center's going to ram to the reduction like a 4-3 double eagle, if we're in double, he is always going to lariat out, and we're going to always take care of your slot. The hot will go back here.
It's zip, it's zap, it's Zeke, it's zoom, it's fake zoom, it's fake whiz, it's fake spear.
We have storms, we have cats, we have fires.
We've got E, we've got U, we've got 3 wides, 4 wides.
That's good. That's good verbiage. That's good verbiage. That's good verbiage.
That's a pretty good beverage right here. Whatever that is. Pink lemonade. Wow. All right, split right.
You know, the key is getting your players to understand it.
Quarterback can unwind and say, hey, forget it. Larry, I'll take care of the heat strong. I think I got this thing scoped out. I want to get this thing off in case it's a cat or 4-week blitz. He'll just unwind it. Changes the number count. Now it's just solid look. Now the back puts you all the way outside. Larry.
Like anything, if you're in a classroom environment and your teacher keeps telling you over and over again and you go back home and you study on your own, occasionally you get quizzed on it, then it starts to sink in and it becomes their language.
Let's go split right zip, kill, 17 counter weak. Kill goes to 64. Sound one, ready?
I'm convinced that the best football players are the ones that you can just talk to without having to show them a play drawn up. And I like this relationship with my quarterbacks.
The problem to me with quick jet and quick scat is if a backer times up an A gap blitz right, he can get through and the back's in a bind, you know. Especially if we start off setting them at all. You know, we get into some of these, split long spears and when quick scat, that wheel runs up in the A fast enough or times it just right. And the back's got to come flying in there, he's got to dive at him. You know, there's guys falling at your feet because you're pulling up on 3 steps and it's a little dicey. That's why Rip and Liz was put in.
When you step on a field, there has to be a sense of urgency. There are a million guys out there who bust their ass every day to do this. And that's the type of trust that we need. This is about war. This is about on a Sunday in the 4th quarter when you're dog tired and you have no more breath in you. Every man beside you has to know that guess what? I know Ray's gonna be there. And to baby that situation or even sugarcoat that, nah, that's a disrespect of the NFL. That's a disrespect of what guys truly have a passion for. That's probably my concern, that we get into a situation where the player goes down, somebody else has to step up. If you didn't do it in practice, what make you think you're gonna do it in the game?
We let a lot of good guys go last year who were role players, who they're trying to get back from these young guys, and I'm a little concerned if they're not as good. They're younger, they're cheaper. I don't know if they're as good as the other guys we let go.
You try not to single people out and say, oh, he's gone next week, or no, I don't think he's doing too well. At the same time, it's a business. You know, before camp's gone, it's going to be about 30 people that leave. You just trying to make sure you're not one of them.
Blue 60. Hit.
Watch the ball. You don't want to ever, look at somebody and say, man, I hope he's one of them, because that means that's a spot for me.
Hit. Kelly Gregg. Hit.
But at the same time, this is a business. People are out here trying to feed their families. People are trying out here to do everything that they need to do for their money. So, whatever happens, happens. I can't worry about the next man. I got to worry about me.
Hey, come around, Dwayne. Pick your head up.
Come on now, Dwayne. Move your feet. You were moving much better yesterday.
Corey and Dwayne, Missouri, you guys think every time the ball goes away, your job's done. That's bull. Get your ass to the ball.
You try not to take stuff like that personal, but at the same time, when you're getting it over and over and over, you're like, man, I'm not doing anything right. And that's frustrating.
Dwayne, Missouri, if you're unsure how to do it, watch Peter.
When the coach stops yelling at you, that's when you need to start worrying. You know, as long as he's yelling at you, as long as he's on your butt, he's saying something to you, he likes you, he sees something.
That's better, Dwayne, Missouri, here to here. Here, then if you're unsure, then you may have to come to here. But get to here as quick as you can. Dwayne is coming along. Really a bright spot in Tuesday night's practice. Did a great job rushing the passer. Played with good block leverage. Saw the light come on. Saw him chasing the football full speed instead of that college jog behind the ball. And that was good to see.
My concerns at this point are just trying to get better every day.
What was they calling?
Check spade.
Spade? Okay.
There's so much stuff coming at you that you can kind of get overwhelmed with it.
Come on. It's not that hard. Come on, let's go. Let's run it. Here we go.
When you start thinking about the 10 things that you need to get better at, you don't necessarily get better at any one of them. So my thing now in practice is every single practice I just pick one thing. Okay, this is what I'm working on today.
There you go, good.
One day it'll be footsteps. Another day it'll be my hand placement.
I want those hands on the numbers.
Yep.
Hands on the numbers. There you go, good. Set. That's better, Dwayne, right there.
My job kind of got delegated to go down there and just bust up the wedge, I guess. So I went down there and they had about 4 guys coming at me and I took out 2 of them.
Oh, shit.
From what I hear, it's a nice little pop and got a couple congratulations from the coaches.
All right, Dwayne, fucking A. Now you're wedging it now. Good job, Dwayne.
The guy that surprised me a little bit, he keeps improving. I mean, Mike's doing a hell of a job with him, is Dwayne, Missouri. Now, Mike can't lift weights for him with the legs or anything else, but his techniques come a million miles. You know, we gotta, he's still got to play with more power, but, and bring his legs with him. But I thought the guy did a few things.
When I was free agent from Minnesota to going to camp with Green Bay, to getting traded down to Miami, to being down in Miami, from going to Miami to New Orleans, one thing leads to another, and I'm sitting here with the Baltimore Ravens. Now you really feel that you're connected with the guys, and you really feel that you're a part of the team.
Go, Q, go, Q!
Definitely going from that wilderness, crossing over the Jordan River into the promised land, if you will, whew. It's like, thank you, Lord.
Cadre is an example of the lifestyle that a lot of players have, in that they have dual residences. Players that have a certain seniority, a certain veteran status, will try to provide as much of a solid home life here in the city they're playing as they possibly can.
Originally, they said the house was going to be done end of July, and then they gave us between the 15th and the 21st of August. So this is our new home. We finally get to move in today. It's pretty exciting to finally be able to call a place our own here in Baltimore during the season. We have been now moving every 6 months for 8 years.
I can't emphasize it enough how valuable it is to have a person like Holly on my side, in my corner. The littlest things can be distractions, and Holly's done a tremendous job to not make this a distraction, and I'm blessed for that.
Small closet. It's the only thing about townhomes. You're not living in a nice big home where you have lots of closet space, so we will have to make do with that.
So my friends are better. Oh God, we both have the same friends.
Yeah. There's something about when my family is there, it just brings a whole level of calmness and a sense of good focus for me.
Then I hand it to you like that. And then how you tuck it away? Yeah.
I know how to do it.
You know how to tuck it away? Whoa, look at those moves.
Is my tight end got to get out? God damn it, Todd Heap.
My only concerns are just improving every day.
and trying to get to the level of play that I expect myself to be at. I don't think I'm there yet, but I think I'm on the right track.
We're getting better.
Todd's funny because he's got kind of that aw shucks, I'm just from Hooterville, Arizona here.
Well, some people go to college, some people go to Arizona State. I understand.
And you think he's going to get wide-eyed and things are going to get big for him and he's going to get gobbled up. But he just keeps handling each situation like he's got some hidden veteran experience in there someplace.
Go, Todd, go, Todd. Very good, very good. That little nod's good. Give him the go and then go. Just outrun him. Catch it, drop your shoulders, get 5-6 yards minimum.
He's a bit of a dichotomy in that, you look at him and you talk with him and you're talking to Gomer Pyle, and the other token, here he is, he's out here executing and picking things up and asking questions that indicate he knows what he's doing.
You had the right answer, Todd. You saw that the mic wasn't coming. The other guy's there, that's the quarterback. You just beat that guy and the quarterback will get to you. Don't worry about anybody else. That's good. You're either there or not, quarterback will find you. You just focus on the one man.
It's gonna be fun. We're gonna go actually get some more shopping done. We're gonna go find the entertainment system, the big screen, all that fun stuff. This is a place all those guys are recommended, like Sam Adams. All those guys that are talking about it. They got everything you need. Let's hope this doesn't happen to Elvis.
What do I want when I wake up?
Ice chips.
I want a vanilla milkshake.
Clear liquid.
Vodka. It's clear. Light beer.
Are you going to go back up to his room afterwards?
Light beer is clear. It's clearer than darker beer.
Well, it's like the old joke says, it's only minor surgery when it's on somebody else. But for Goose, veteran like Goose, this is really as minor as you can get. We have the best doctors in the league. They'll make sure everything's okay, and Goose should be back in a week to 10 days.
All this for me? Oh, great.
I don't think a fan could really understand the pain of a 14-year vet have to get up every day at camp. A pain of banging every day. If it's not an injury that sidelines you, like a Jamal Lewis injury, you're going to play. That's how simple it is.
The worst thing is this, it's like the anesthesia in your lungs, Ooh, that's cold.
Goose doesn't like to practice. All Goose wants to do is just play the game. That's all he wants to do. He doesn't want to practice. He doesn't want to go to two-a-days. So he probably was in his room beating on that knee with a phone book, had some loose particles in there so they can clear it out, and now he's going to miss the Moreno training camp. That's Goose in a nutshell. And I hear his wife is having a baby.
Yeah, make sure you don't have the baby in the next 24 hours because you make it a little difficult for me to come.
I have to see it. I have to see her pregnant. I wouldn't take his word for it. Unless I saw her myself and see her having a baby, okay, then I believe it. But I wouldn't take Goose's words for it.
They cleaned it out. The spur wasn't as bad as they thought. But they cleaned me up, and I'm ready to go for the season. I still probably hate training camp worse than I hate surgery. Look, I could be out practicing today.
As we wind down in camp now, keep in mind, everybody gets a little tired. We're in close quarters together. You guys have been real good. But with regards to dealing with the rookies, now we're getting close. When camp's over, and we're getting close to it. We're going to have fun with a rookie show. But let's make sure we're staying respectful.
After practice, I come in, Ed Hartwell saying, Reggie, where your clothes at? My clothes in my locker.
No. Yeah, I look like, go ahead, Reggie. No, who got my damn clothes, man? Who got his clothes, man? No, I'm trying to help you out get your clothes back, man.
And rookies pay their dues, and you guys got to understand now, there's some dues to pay, and it's all good-natured. But veterans, we got to make sure that we're keeping a certain level of respect now, too.
I'm thinking the rookies have my clothes, and I'm telling them, all right, okay, no problem, I ain't worrying about it. Got another set, throw some on. Come to find out, the vets had took my clothes and put them in the ice machine to freeze them.
This how they do you when you late for the for me. Put them with the ice. Put them in the ice.
Put them with the ice.
Don't be late.
Don't be late.
Put him with the ice. Don't be late, Reggie. And he still don't know what they are.
You better not tell him.
You think I want my clothes taken?
Nah, he ain't getting his clothes back. He might get them tomorrow in blocks.
Justice is still not served. Came late to a meeting. Got to teach the rookie a little discipline. This won't be the first plan of action we take.
Boy, they're vicious.
Put him in blocks.
They're vicious. Next time I'm gonna be late for a meeting, I tell you that. You know, I can't do nothing about it, so. Like they say, they'll give them back to me in sections, in blocks, rather. Just thinking about what I have to do.
Really excited, first NFL game. And New York, ready to get out there and play, show what I have.
It's the first time we get to do any of this, and I think it will really help us mold together as a team.
You're already a rookie. You're already gonna get pointed out anyway, and to miss the train, for me, it's like a nightmare. You know, just to be late for the bus is a nightmare, so I definitely don't want to be the one pointed out missing the train or missing anything.
What's with the chicken? Everybody had chicken.
He's a rookie. Yeah, rookies gotta bring the chicken.
You gotta bring, all the rookies gotta bring chicken.
If you wait till the last moment to do it, you know, then you're wondering, okay, am I gonna have the chicken? Then am I gonna make it back in time?
Oh, I'm gonna eat it myself, man.
I made a couple phone calls, whatever, and let them know the situation, and they just told me to just my ticket's gonna be there, and I'll take the next train. Yeah, they always tell you to be on time for everything, but you know, I figured out, you know, I was following the buses. I figured I would get here the same time they would. But, you know, got misrouted, so it's all good. You know, just look at the direction sheet next time. So it was all fun and jokes. They might find, you know, that's just part of it. Ain't no big thing, you know.
The team has entered into a season of trials. I mean, who would have guessed that, you know, this early in the season, Leon Searcy would be sidelined with a tricep tear? Who would have expected that Jamal would be out for the season? Why does God allow trials to come into our life? And when he does allow them, what is it that he's trying to accomplish in us? If you go through trials, and you will, if you go through trials and don't come closer to Christ, you've gone through your trial in vain. Because if any of you lacks wisdom, don't go ask your homie who gonna offer you a 40 and a joint. If any of you lacks wisdom, don't go ask somebody who's not walking with God for wisdom. He says, go and ask the right person. Ask God. Don't ask the person who's going to tell you what you want to hear.
When I sit here on a preseason game and I see Shannon Sharp sit in the back of the offensive meeting room, guy that's got 3 Super Bowl rings and is going to the Hall of Fame, on a game he's going to play maybe 10, 15 plays, and while Matt's up here, he's highlighting and underlining and working on his formation sheet. I don't have much of a tough time thinking that there's a whole lot of other people could be doing the same thing with a whole lot less credentials. Make sure you finish your preparation. Be a professional.
You let everyone know in the National Football League, 31 may be out, but there's no stopping this train. There's no stopping it. And we get a chance to put on a show. You got to look forward to that. You really do.
Show me that you can let this thing go, that you can be physical, and that's how we're going to be successful tomorrow night. And more importantly, that's how we're going to get better. And more importantly, that's how we're going to find some key guys on this football team that can help us take that next step toward the championship. So get your mind right to let this thing go. There's still a lot of time to get that done.
Well, it
looks like the Super Bowl champs are finally going to take the field after a turf out in Philadelphia last week, Tom.
Well, last week, such a fiasco. It's unbelievable. Now we finally get back and really start playing football.
So inside that Raven locker room right now, you think those kids' hearts are pounding a little quick, right?
Oh, boy, I'll tell you one thing. This is the best time of your whole life until you get that first hit, and then they forget about it, and then they start playing football. But, boy, it's tough on them.
If they don't score, they don't win. In preseason or regular season, when we step on the field, we lay down our foundation of dominance. You can call us the greatest, but guess what? We're back again. We represent each other.
Didn't get a chance to play the first game, so now you have to even play better this game. Now I just got to come out and be able to execute, know my assignments, just have fun and play the game.
Hey, we got 5 minutes. 5 minutes. We battle testing, baby.
I'm going to be ready to go. I'm pumped up. Be ready to hit somebody for the first time out on the field. Be ready to catch my first pass. All those things you look forward to. And, it's exciting time.
We got 3 minutes. 3.
Butterflies are there, but I think the excitement is going to run the butterflies out of me.
You're scared, say you're scared. Don't walk out there. That's all I'm going to tell you. Scared, say you're scared. You can go home. Trust me.
Mistakes are going to be made, but whatever you do, fly around, try to make a big play here and there, and have fun.
We got 1 minute. 1 minute.
I don't think anybody could blame you for being nervous a little bit. And it's just excitement to just get out there and play. That's all it is. It's that you're anxious. You just want to do something, so it starts to build up inside of you. And once you get out there, you realize you're just playing football.
We knocked these guys out of the playoff last year. That lingers, okay? They're going to want to bring something special. I know it's preseason, but it's still game. It's still a game. They're going to want to bring something special. You better be ready for that. All right, baby, let's go. Let's go.
Let's get our ball on. Let them dogs out.
Tom, one of the things we're anxious to see tonight, top draft pick Todd Heap. He's a good-looking tight end.
Well, not only is he good-looking, but he can do the separation. He can break away from those defensive backs, and I think that's what Billy really wants, is somebody who can get out there, put the pressure on those safeties so that they can't double team.
Ready to go?
Yeah.
All that built-up energy?
Oh, yeah. Little boys all grows up.
Isn't that amazing? Little boy's going to have a big night.
Let's go. Deep breath and relax. Now, you guys just deep breath and relax. It's going to be fine. All right.
Tom, there are guys like Waddell, Jackson, Missouri. There's probably 5 spots available for special team play. I got to think for these kids, this is a lot more than a preseason game.
Well, it's like a Super Bowl for them, Scott. It really is. This is the opportunity. How many chances do kids get to really play in an NFL? If they get their opportunity right now, they've got to shine. They've got to do it on special teams and make an impression on these coaches. Otherwise, they're going to be packing their bags and be gone.
All right, here we go. Stover approaches, and we are underway. Football finally for the Ravens. The kickoff down to Coles at about the 7. He's at the 15, 20, near side, 25. Still up at the 30. He's got some room, 40, 45, and finally tackled just across midfield. Matt Stover had to make the tackle. A 44-yard return.
Started with that damn kickoff. God almighty. Put him on a short field.
Richie Waddell comes into the Ravens secondary.
Wow.
He came in when Starks got banged up.
How'd you like to be a rookie?
Yeah, going against
on the corner.
Testaverde in the pocket, throwing down the middle. Corbett is behind him, incomplete. Corbett was open.
I'll play him to the middle.
You are man-to-man.
Woodson
talking to Reggie Waddell, just telling him how to be able to cover that a little more effectively.
You start looking in here and he's gone.
Okay.
You got to play him. Okay. Because that's the guy they're going to.
Right.
He was open. He was chasing.
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure you got your eyes. Okay.
I went in early. One of the players went down, so I had to go in. You're playing around a top-notch caliber defense. Being a part of it is just terrific.
Come on, D, get us a turnover.
3rd and long. Pennington back to throw in the pocket. Now pressure. Ball is loose. Was his arm going forward?
First fumble recovery, in a real game, they're like, whoa, hey, I got a fumble recovery.
Oh, baby. Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Atta baby D, atta baby D.
And you want to try and jam number 2 and run. You can't hold him, but you got to run.
Okay.
You're outside. Okay?
2nd and 10. Jordan, handoff, right side. He's at the 5. He's going to be in. Touchdown.
It wasn't a pretty play, I tell you that. I had one leg going up in the air, another leg folded up under me, and I was like, oh, man. Overall, I think I did a fair job. I'm not saying I did a good job or a bad job, but it was a fair job.
You know, you got that itch that you definitely want to get in there. It's kind of tough to sit around all half and then, you know, try to get warmed up to come in. You know, looking around, seeing all the people in the stands, you know, the cheering. And, you know, at that point, it just said, hey, this is game time.
Oh, he got me, too. I ain't even going to lie about it.
Great job of fucking powering your way. You feel the difference? Yeah. You brought your hip. Now just finish.
Basically, the first couple of plays I was in there, I told myself I need to calm down because I could feel myself a little anxious. And after I got the first couple of snaps out the way, I just said, okay, just calm down, just breathe, and just play. I made a couple plays. Should have had me a couple sacks, in my opinion. I mean, that's just a confidence boost right there. So, you know, I can make plays in this league.
Good shit, bro. Damn, man, I should have had me a couple of sacks, dog.
During the game, you sweat a lot, and your chin strap would just fly off. You slip underneath you. It seemed like I could never get the thing adjusted right. I put a wristband in it so to stay a little firmer on my chin when I hit.
Oh, yeah, that'll work. Thank you.
I wish I could have played more. I expected more reps, but got about 3 or 4 runs on kickoff return. One time I did block the wrong guy. I blocked him well. I did a good job blocking, but I don't think he was my guy supposed to block, so we'll get that fixed this week.
What's up? You had the wrong man. That's
I got 51. That was L1.
Hey, but with my 2 goals, I get on 1.
Don't run around with nobody hit. Go up and knock somebody down. Those guys running down and looking up like that, you ought to be knocking them out.
I wish I could have had some more tackles and, you know, ran around a little bit more, but, you know, it was a taste. It was a taste of, you know, hopefully it was, you know, what's to come.
Todd Heap, the rookie tight end, into the lineup.
God damn!
Welcome to the NFL, Todd Heap.
What's wrong with Todd?
Yeah, just got twisted underneath, man. My leg.
All right, Rook, your time to shine now.
Come on, baby. Come on, Heapster. Come on, Heapster.
3rd and long. In the pocket, Chris Redmond thrown down the middle. It's caught at the 37-yard line. That's a first down, and it's Todd Heap, the first-round draft pick from Arizona State.
Good toss on that zipper. I was trying to get first down depth for sure. Good toss.
Your first one?
So the Ravens' 12-game preseason win streak on the line here tonight. Big play here. Oh, they dropped the snap. Redmond hustles after and covers up at the 42. More sloppy play on the exchange.
Boy, we ain't getting Block somebody, Todd! Go block somebody!
White flat.
Who are you? We can't make it simpler than that, son.
They better hurry up.
You're right. Keep an eye on the play clock. Redmond better hurry. 2, 1. And they're not going to get it off. Yeah, we got to delay a game.
Damn it, Chris! Put it!
This is what you don't want to see. This is one of the things that Billy could really be criticizing.
Get your ass off the field!
That's just fundamental football. You can't make mistakes like that.
That's Bush League. You didn't even look at the 30-second clock. 40-second. You didn't even look. We go for it on 4th down, trying to make something happen. You're not even looking at the clock. That's not being a professional, Chris.
Hey, the last time the Ravens got lost in a preseason game was in August 22nd, 1997, 1,456 days ago.
Who got wing over here? Who does have wing over here?
Do we have enough guys? Do we know what we're doing, Coach?
Ravens hustle a body on the field as Elvin Porter hurries in.
Get on the wing, get on the wing, down the wing.
Christ almighty, how bad's this going to get?
Now they have to take a timeout. Oh, boy. Coaching staff not going to like this.
Oh, this is just confusion.
This is pretty goddamn bad.
And that's going to do it. So the Ravens' 12-game win streak in the preseason comes to an end in the Meadowlands. 16-3 the final score, as the Ravens just couldn't generate any offense.
Oh, I'm glad this isn't a regular season game.
You're right.
Now, hopefully there's not a whole lot else I have to do to shake you guys into the awareness that you're a world champion. You got to act that way, because that wasn't a world championship performance out there. You earn what you get. We earned that little ass kicking tonight. We earned it. Mental errors, not staying focused, because I guess it's not important. I guess the little detail, well, don't worry about it. We'll get it with the opener. That's right. We'll have it ready by Chicago. Just get me to the regular season. Then you get to the regular season, well, just get me to the playoffs. And that kind of attitude, you don't go to the playoffs. So we better find that. And on a short week to do it, we're going to go home. That crowd's going to be cranked up. Because you know what? Our fans will forgive you for tonight. They will. They're going to be cranked up because they're going to say, hey, it's just you didn't get the Philly game. You didn't get to play a Philly game. You know, that threw you off. This is just your first game. It's their second. They'll have enough excuses for you if you let that happen. They're going to deserve better at home Thursday night against Carolina than what we all gave tonight. Players, coaches, across the board. And we only have 3 days of preparation to do it on a very short week. So we better crank it back in. Better crank it back in.